Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about activating your divine purpose. I really wanted to tap on this subject because a lot of people are always asking me, like, Nikki, how do you know? How do you know what your purpose is? And, how do you discover what your purpose is? And so I wanted to really just devote a class specifically to aligning with your divine purpose, your mission here, and so I honestly feel like it's something that you don't really find. It's something you remember, right? I feel like we are sent here, if you will, with everything that we need in order to prosper. And I feel like we are sent here with specific missions, some of us, right? We have specific things that we are here to do. I feel like it's embedded in us, it's encoded in us. It's something that we can't really help, honestly, right? And so I don't feel like it's like a job, like a job title, like, oh, you know, um, it's a career. It's not like a career that you choose, right? Your purpose, it's a frequency. It's something that you embody. Your divine purpose is the frequency you're here to express, embody. And I don't want to say that it can't be represented in the career that you choose, but it's not like you're just choosing a career. You can go out here and choose to pursue any type of career. I just don't feel like walking in your purpose is like that. I feel like it's something that you already know, you've known deep down within. Maybe you've forgotten, of course, but it's something that you have within you. And so when you're in alignment with your purpose, your energy is gonna basically like almost feed others. Like when I'm in alignment with my duty here, with my purpose here, right? I feel like my purpose is energetically feeding others, right? It's helping others. It's not centered around me, you know? And so that is a clue as to whether or not, you are, walking in your purpose or not. Is it solely focused on you? Who are you taking into consideration when you are embodying this specific frequency, this purpose, you know? And so when we are remembering things from our past, to discover what our purpose is, we think like back to childhood. What energy do I bring into the room just naturally? What energy do I bring into the room naturally? What do I do naturally? What have I always done naturally? What am I good at? What makes my heart sing? What did I used to do when I was younger? What was I into? It's that type of thing. Your purpose leaves clues in your childhood. What made you feel the most alive as a child? What did you get in trouble for as a child? What did others come to you for? Is all these clues basically that's left behind to help you consider, discover, remember what your purpose is, and it may seem like life can be random, but it's really not. Your life is leaving breadcrumbs for you, divine breadcrumbs, if you will, from your higher self. So, the things that you're passionate about, that's a clue. That's a clue from your higher you, your higher being. When what do others come to you for? What are you naturally good at? That's a clue. My son, he's pursuing being a doctor. Before that, I was like, yo, you should pursue music. He's like this little musical guru. He's this little musical genius. And he has always been like this since he was 3, 4 years. Always, really, since even before that. He's been naturally excellent at music. And I was trying to tell him like, hey, there's a reason why you have this gift. There's a reason why you have this gift, but that's for each individual to pursue, and research and dig and see if they want to move towards that. But pay attention to your gifts. Pay attention to your gifts and pay attention to what you naturally love and what you're good at and what you're not good at and things like that. And so when we have a desire, for instance, if you have something that just will not leave you alone, it won't leave you alone for nothing. Like, for instance, before I finished this book, I was like, late last year, I started saying, you know what? I'm going to finish this book. I'm going to finish this book. And, I was getting distracted. I had a lot of things going on and it just wasn't getting done. And meanwhile, I'm seeing signs from the divine. Like the last straw was write the damn book. It was literally I saw something, I think it was on YouTube, and the post or the picture that popped up on the thumbnail, I think that was the title of someone's book, but it said write the damn book. And I was just like, fine, I'm gonna do it. And I did it, right? I just got it done. See, when you have a desire that won't leave you alone, when you have something that keeps nagging at you, you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention and you must take action. Okay, the universe likes speed. So by me delaying myself, that honestly wasn't good. You know what I mean? I could have had this done so much sooner. Um, but I didn't for whatever reasons, okay? And so I'm not going to dwell on that, but I don't know what could have, should have, would have, what could have happened when I first started getting those signs. Now, thank goodness it's done, but okay. Now, anyway, keep paying attention to the desires that keep bothering you, the things that keep nagging you, all right? Because that's your internal being trying to wake you up, basically wake you up, okay? Um, and so I think that it's also important to say that when we have a dream, it's not just a personal dream, right? It's something that the world needs. I mean, you are here to be of service. You are here, a creator, yes, and you are here to have an experience, yes, but you are here to be of service, planetary service. Okay. And by you having your specific dreams and desires, you got to understand how much of an important role that plays in the universe. Okay. And our evolving. Okay. And so, um, take action when you feel drawn and led to, okay? Please take action whenever you feel drawn and led to, because these desires help lead you to your purpose, okay? Honestly and truly. Also, pain points help lead people to their purpose. One of my biggest pain points was anxiety. It was them damn panic attacks. Had I not been so disturbed by it, I don't think I would be so passionate about mindset. It was something that I personally had to deal with to sort of understand what was going on, and to understand how imperative it was that people get the message that we can't do that, right? So our pain points help us with determining what our purpose is, because what you survive often becomes like your one of your tools in your toolkit. Like, I know how to handle anxiety, so now I can help other people handle anxiety. You know what I mean? So what are you struggling with? What's been your lessons over the years? Because we heal ourselves by we heal others. We help heal others by healing ourselves and becoming a living testimony to others, right? And so please pay attention to those pain points because those pain points, they are greatest, those greatest wounds become so helpful to others, so liberating to others, you know. I can't tell you how many times I've been told, you know, how much my teachings or, you know, a TikTok live or whatever, anything has helped, you know, a consultation, how much it's helped them, you know. And so that's because I have gone through my own shit. You know, I've gone through my own stuff. So I use those pain points, you know, as stimulation, drive for me to help others and live in my own purpose. And so a lot of times people are wondering how to trust, you know, what they're hearing. And so I created this, you know, chart for you guys. Let me share this and we can review this. Where's my share? Okay. So here, who's nudging me, God or me? You know, and it honestly is both. It really is both. But the source of the nudge shifts depends on your alignment and the assignment. So here we're going to take a look at both the higher self, and that equals the divine in personalized form. You are an expression of God, right? Your higher self is, you're using this avatar here in the 3D world, right? So it's your divine GPS. It holds your soul contracts, future memories, timelines, and instructions here. And when you feel a pull that's deeply familiar, gentle but persistent. Sorry, I've been talking all day long, guys. Okay. Um, I want you to, I'm going to repeat this because this is very important. This is very important. We're talking about how to distinguish between messages from the higher self and God, you know, the divine, your ancestors, spirits, guides, okay, the universe, okay. And so a lot of times people are like, how do I know, you know, if it's me, if it's my mind, if it's, you know, my higher being, you know, or if it's my spirit guides or, you know. And so when you feel a pull that's deeply familiar, gentle, but persistent, okay, this is key. It's very gentle. Like I said, when it came to the book, the divine was like, write the damn book, right? Write the damn book. That is the message that I got from source. You know, okay? It was loud. It was like in my face. Like you're ignoring me, girl. And so the higher self, that's like that internal self. It is that yeah, you're talking to self, but it's a higher self within. Okay. Um and so you got to know the difference. You got to know the difference between these two. And the more you build that communication, the better, because you'll begin to uh, know the difference between the two, right? And then you'll know how to trust, you know, in each of these. All right. Okay. So a clue is, again, the higher self is going to feel like a whisper, soft guidance within, you know. It could show up as repeated signs or dreams, that's for sure. Do we have any vivid dreamers in here? If so, put it in the comments. Um, it comes with a calm knowing. So when you get messages from your higher self, it's gonna come with a calm knowing. Like you just know it. You don't have to question it. It's something within that you just know. Okay. No, messages from the higher self also align you with destiny, but keeps you flexible, right? You have the choice, right? Like you feel like you have the option, okay? Um, and it occurs during quantum leaps or timeline shifts. Uh, and so when you have messages from your higher self and you're shifting identities, that higher being is sort of like that internal nudge guiding you gently, you know, along the way, you know, there consistently, just sort of guiding you, especially when you're nervous and having these huge leaps, like the quantum leaps and things like that. Okay. And so let's talk about the messaging from divine universe, and so these are mission level interruptions, which means the message is going to be urgent, guys. It's going to be time sensitive. It's going to be tied to the impact of others. That is key. Like I was saying, like when I feel like I'm aligned with my purpose, it's impacting other people. It's feeding energy into others. Is this making sense to you guys in the comments? How I'm explaining this, how I'm explaining how I'm determining how I'm feeling my way through, right? Aligning with my purpose and being in communion with the divine and my higher self, okay? And so when the messages are coming from divine, the nudges it's loud. And because it is impacting others and the collective, it's not just for your benefit. So the divine is going to be on you. Like, get it done. Okay. And so it's not going to be gentle, it's going to be more disruptive. And it could happen definitely multiple times. So if you're in social media like I am, you may hear things like go live now. People ask me, when do I get online? And I say, when I feel led to. A lot of times it's when I feel led to. I'm up in the mornings around 5, 6 in the morning. But I don't necessarily, if I feel like getting on at that time, if I'm led to, I will. I get on when I feel led. Okay. And so when you get messages, clear messages, direction, it'll really feel like a demand of direction. Um, Pay attention to those. Okay, pay attention. And so divine, again, the signs are going to show up as repeated signs and dreams. It's going to feel like pressure, urgency, or interruption. And it's going to feel like, oh my gosh, are you sure that's for me to do? Like, oh my goodness, it's gonna feel big. It's gonna feel like something out of your comfort zone. That's another huge sign for me. When it feels like, dang, I wouldn't have really I don't know if I really would have thought about this. Okay. Like you pushing me to really be a new identity, step outside of this identity, divine. You like really pushing me, you know. It's the divine when it feels like that. Okay. When it feels like that. So, I just wanted to share that, and that is in the classroom for you guys. So you'll have it for you to download. You can keep it, you can print it out and use it however you wish. And so uh as long as we are keeping communication with the divine, as long as we are trusting, learning to trust ourselves, I want to also reassure you that energy never lies. Pay attention to your energy. What is your body saying and feeling when you say something in particular is your purpose. Like, is your body contracting? Is your body relaxing? How is your body physically reacting? Okay. Again, energy does not lie. It just does not lie. And that's another reason why I do those scans to help people with stuff like that. Because again, it tells the truth. It shows us what we need to see. Um, some other things to remember is that if you ever feel lost, it's not because we're just remembering, You forgot your divine purpose is here within you all the time. It's always been here. But so when you feel lost, it's not that you don't know, it's that it's too much noise. There's too much noise going on. You got to quiet the mind. You got to get back to self. You've got to figure out a way to get back to self. That could be through breath work. That could be through, expanding your consciousness, going into, 5D meditation and really, expanding your consciousness so you can connect with your inner truth. Asking yourself things like, what am I ready to remember? You know, lead me, divine, to that which I'm ready to receive. Show me. My favorite thing to say is, show me what I need to see. Baby, I say that anytime I really need to see something. Okay, I use that a lot. Okay, show me what I need to see. Okay. Um, And so we're discovering what our purpose is. We're making our way to aligning with what we're here to do, right? And so if your purpose is feeling too big or unsafe for you, because your nervous system doesn't feel safe, because of past traumas and things like that, your body's gonna block it. Okay, your body will literally block it. So you one have to feel safe to receive the information because safety is going to unlock your spiritual mission. Remember, we're here evolving. There's levels to healing, right? And so, your frequency is what attracts things to you. So if you are living in a state of fear, you won't be in receiving mode of your mission, of, what you're here to do, what you're truly here to do. Okay. And then another thing that people I feel get caught up in is trying to figure out like their lifelong purpose. Like, I love that this is my purpose right now. I feel like I'm walking in my purpose, right? But I feel like, my purpose will evolve, I'm sure. As I continue to evolve, I'm more concerned about walking in my purpose now. The form of your purpose will change. The feeling won't, the frequency won't. Do I feel like it'll always probably be in this work? For sure, right? I made again, I'm coaching right now, right? Mentoring. Wrote a book, that'll change to author, speaker, these types of things. But the core of my purpose is the same, right? Um, and so you want to trust that you're deciding what and you're aligning with your purpose for right now. You're not more worried about forever. And trust that what you are aligning with, and your purpose right now, and the form of your purpose right now will be what you decide right now. And if it needs to change, it will and it can. Okay. Um, and so when you serve from alignment, when you are in alignment with the frequency of your purpose, when you're moving in divine alignment with your purpose, this I feel is key to your prosperity. I tell people all the time, walk in your purpose. People be asking me, I don't know what to do. Walk in your purpose. What should I do for a career? Find out what your purpose is. There is nothing more rewarding than getting up and being able to do exactly what you feel called to do. That is, I mean, I know I can't live off of that. I can't pay my bills with that, but that is so rewarding. That is what keeps me going. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. I love that. So, but in me having the joy in doing this, money just flows, right? Because I'm living in my purpose. when you are being obedient to the divine, when you are here fulfilling your mission, when you are serving, again, from alignment, people can go out there and get a customer service job, but if you are not serving from alignment, if that is not what you're supposed to be doing, if you're not supposed to be at that company, you can still be living really, in a lack minds, in a lack state of being, right? So money flows through purpose. And that's because it's a reward for your being in alignment. Okay. Um, And so I feel like living in our purpose makes us magnetic. When you're living in your purpose, you naturally attract clients, you naturally attract love, you naturally attract collaborations and clarity and peace of mind. Um, and that's why I will always, always encourage my people to walk in their purpose and live in their purpose if they can help it. And so I'm going to pause the recording there now so I can open up for questions. And I still want to keep the classes private, so I don't want to record anyone's questions. So stop this.